Hey, Scarefest, this is Joe Lewis, a Bonehead Weekly with the, what's it called? The Conditioned Look. And so I went to the theater and saw something again, which is awesome. Now, if you're a big fan of Ty West, there's a couple of movies of his I really like. I really enjoy House of the Devil, The Innkeepers, The Sacrament, and he's made a new trilogy, X, Pearl, and now MaXXXine, and I'm reviewing MaXXXine. I didn't care that much for X, and a lot of you love it. I thought it was kind of a cliched movie. Mia Goth is a fantastic actress, and Pearl, I liked. I love the aesthetic of it. I enjoyed the prequel part of it, even though you know where it's happening, what's going to happen. So when they said they were going to do a sequel, so that would be a prequel, and then X, and then Maxine, I was kind of excited. And then it was going to take place in the early 80s, mid 80s, and that's great. They got a fantastic cast together to do it. There's a ton of people in this movie. And the movie follows Maxine, and she's now in the porn industry, and she's the one that gets away at the end of X. Spoiler alert if you hadn't seen it. And she wants to become a mainstream actress. And for some odd reason, people are killing people around her, and we don't know why. I like two-thirds of this movie. One of the biggest criticisms from a lot of people I see who are friends of mine, some of them in the industry on social media and whatnot, is that they don't get the gritty part of the 80s down in this. That's an accurate criticism, but it's not what bothered me. For example, it bothered me in Joker because they got everything else right in Joker, except they really didn't get the grittiness of 70s New York, like Mean Streets and a couple of movies like that. They just didn't get it. They're close, but not so far. That true here, but this movie is much more not set in kind of reality. My problem with this is something you're going to hear me say a lot. Kevin Bacon's great as the slimy private investigator. Mia Goth is fantastic in it. Gives another great performance as Maxine. The only issue I had, oh my God, it's the last 20 minutes, the explanation. The whole time it's building to something. Music's really good. I mean, it's uneven. Some of it doesn't make a lot of sense. I can forgive most of that, but the payoff of who's chasing her, why? It's a movie. I liked a lot of it. Love the music. Love some of the performances. Love some of the scenes. But it's really hard for me to tell you to break your neck and go out and see it in the theater because the last 20 or 30 minutes of it, not there. I mean, I've wrestled with this quite a bit, but the payoff of who the killer is, and I know I get criticisms all the time. Joe's complaining about the third act again, but it really is not great. There's a lot more they could have done with this character, especially to tie up her story. And to me, it's just kind of a cop out. So, should you see Maxine? It's not a bad movie. There's lots of scenes. Oh my God, I forgot about Elizabeth Debicki, who's also in this. She's in The Crown as Princess Diana. Like I said, a murderer's row of a cast. Fantastic. Kevin Bacon looks like he's having a blast. I'd have had a blast on this set. And I love spotting all the music and spotting all the posters and fake trailers and things like that throughout it. But so should you see it? Up to you. If you enjoyed X and you enjoyed Pearl, then of course you should see this. It's a continuation of that, and then once again sets it in a different decade. And it's not a terrible movie. It's just that last 20 minutes. And if you love it, feel free to reach out to me and tell me what's wrong with me. But I had a hard time with it. So should you see Maxine? If you like the other two, then yes. If you love just 80s, then you'll like 60, 70% of it. I like 60, 70% of the movie. So it's not awful, but it's really hard for me to recommend to go get a babysitter and go out for the night. You know what I mean? This has been Joe Lewis, a Bonehead Weekly, reviewing Maxine.